Brian Cage into the corner. No small order here, of course. Brian Cage, well over 6 feet, 275 pounds. You got Jeff Cobb hovering right around there at 6 feet. Again, another 275-plus pounder. You got Jeff Cobb, a former Olympic wrestler. Brian Cage, a professional bodybuilder, multi-time champion, and currently mentored, should I say, by Taz, where he is the FTW champion in AEW.
I was almost wondering if we were going to see that belt tonight.
I was too. You know, Taz ain't here. I don't know what the rules are if you can carry the belt without Taz around. I guess I have to ask Cage after the fact.
Yeah, I think he comes with the belt actually.
And you know, these guys here started off very technical exchanges, but also a lot of muscle being thrown around here. What a way to try to get out of some wrist locks for Brian Cage than by picking him up over your shoulder, and only a guy like Jeff Cobb can get away with something like that.
Absolutely.
Cobb and Cage now circling the ring like a couple of sharks that see blood in the water, staring each other down, looking to put a bite into one another.
Yeah, they're definitely savoring this moment because this is the time when they can view their opponent and say, all right, this is how I'm going to break him down.
Can you imagine this match going to the top rope, a superplex just destroying this ring?
I was going to say, I think the ring would collapse.
And look at that quickness there from Cage as he snuck around to the backside of Cobb and was able to bring him down. And I don't know if I want to wrestle Jeff Cobb from the down position like that. And Cobb here working his way out and getting behind Cage and trying to grab him with a leg lock here, but Cage's legs are just like giant tree trunks. It's not so easy to take him down with a leg maneuver there. A big kick there from Cage to the sternum of Cobb. Cobb seemingly a little impressed, but doesn't want to give too much credit here to Brian Cage.
No, again, he's just sizing him up, kind of assessing the situation, seeing what he's going to have to do to take down the machine.
And Cage now, a little jaw jacking of his own. Again, this is a match, the drill claw, the finishing maneuver for Brian Cage, taking on the Tour of the Islands. Of course, Jeff Cobb's infamous finishing maneuver. Brian Cage, up and over in the corner here from Cobb, and Cobb rolling through. A big drop, a basement kick there from Brian Cage, laying out Cobb. Cobb checking for blood on his nose, and his lips, on his tongue. And Cage staying on the offense here. For as big as Cage is, it's incredible how much pride he takes in his athleticism and his quickness. And, of course, it doesn't hurt to be able to have a baseball club for an arm that you can just slap into somebody's chest.
And for as much as he can rely on his brawn, he also focuses on his brain. So he's slowly tearing down.
Very smart guy. And these shoulder tackles into the corner, forcing the breaths out of Cobb, taking that cardio away from him, which makes it harder for him to do those big, powerful moves. Throwing him with all his force and might into that corner there as Cobb crumbles and he finds his way to the mat. And it means everything for Cage to get that Warrior Wrestling Championship back. I mean, he is the FTW champion right now, but he has not won all of his matches in AEW. You know, he was undefeated here in Warrior Wrestling when he took that title. Oh, wow! Look at that! Kung Fu style Cage! Kung Fu Cage!
So light on his feet.
No kidding. And
for somebody of that size and that power?
No, you know, and you talk about how smart Cage is. You know, this is a body that he has meticulously put together. He travels around with his own cooler filled with food.
Yes.
He buys a plane ticket for the cooler so that the cooler can sit next to him on the plane. And he eats 9 meals a day. 9 meals a day. Incredible.
And he loves his Chicago pizza.
Loves his Chicago. I mean, I wish I could eat a Chicago pizza and keep those abs, but that's just not happening.
I don't know. He's made out of magic, I think.
Yeah, a little bit of magic. All right, Jeff Cobb here finally starting to take control here away. A big headbutt there from Jeff Cobb to Brian Cage, and Cage now down. Also adjusting his knees. Cobb lifting Cage back up to his feet. A very calculated punch right between the eyes to the face of Cage. And Cage out a little bit on the ropes. Cobb here now trying to throw Cage around. Shoots him into the corner. Big clothesline as Cage is starting to feel the effects of the wear and tear that Cobb has already applied to him. And look at Cobb lifting Cage up off the ground.
Goodness.
And a pump handle fall away suplex from Jeff Cobb.
You know, he's applauding himself as he should.
Yeah, well, the crowd's not. The crowd needs to have a little more respect for what Jeff Cobb's doing here right now. Jeff Cobb going for that pinfall there a little early. Brian Cage still got a lot of energy, and it is incredible to me seeing how active and measured Brian Cage is. I remember when he was first injured, and Cobb there running right to the corner trying to take out the oxygen of Cage as well. But I'll never forget the match that Brian Cage had while he was injured in a steel cage against Wardlow and Austin Aries, for him to show up, perform like that, and come out on top was so impressive. Here he is again tonight, trying to find that wave of momentum. Inside out, drops Jeff Cobb right there in the middle of the ring, rolls him over. And could that be it? No, still a little early.
Yeah, I was going to say it's still pretty early on. Jeff Cobb definitely has a lot of fight.
These men are like weapons, Val. They are the weapons.
They are weapons, mountains made of weapons, yes.
Mountains made of weapons. Action figures right out of the package, absolutely. And two of the biggest men in the business, two of the most athletic. I see guys like this. I think about Bam Bam Bigelow. I think about a guy, wow, and again, like that bicycle kick there from Cage, being able to get his foot so far up high over his head, taking down Jeff Cobb. And Cobb now getting tossed to the ring apron area. Brian Cage followed him out there, and it looks like we're going to have a fight on the plank. No, Cage falling to the turf.
Oh, he wants to bring him down to ground and pound right there.
That was a very awkward fall there from Cage off of the ring apron to the ground. And Cobb eating the edge of the apron there, and Cage taking him around, wraps Cobb's arm around him, and what's he going to do here? Oh, he drops him with a side back suplex onto the ring apron.
Right on his spine.
Right on his spine. That's an easy way for you to really
have your career
like
ended?
a bulging disc. Yeah, absolutely. End your career 100%. It's very dangerous out there. And Cage now keeping control of Jeff Cobb. You do not want to let this guy get out from your grips. Cobb here trying to fire back with some big blows of his own. And Cage trips Cobb. Could we see a 619? What are we looking for here?
Yeah.
That is the biggest 619. What's 619 times 2? 1238. That's true, too. Whatever you want to call it, he's too big to be doing that. And Brian Cage taking down Jeff Cobb with that 619 there. And Cobb certainly didn't see that one coming. I've never seen Brian Cage deliver a 619. That was incredible. And Cage here pulling Cobb up to his feet, and it looks like, is he going to go for that drill claw, or is this just going to be a side suplex? Well, it's not going to be anything because Cobb doesn't want to seem to, no, wait! Cage muscled him up! A stalling suplex!
Stalling suplex.
How incredible!
With Jeff Cobb.
No kidding, Brian Cage.
Picking up a mountain.
Brian Cage allowing Jeff Cobb to sit on his shoulder before finally dropping him to the mat. 30 seconds plus he had him up there right now. An incredible display of strength. And now Brian Cage telling the fans, let's get excited. Let's see something crazy.
Oh, and they're doing the clap of the machine right now.
Cage setting his sights on Cobb. And Cobb, could we see a tour of the Tour of the Islands. Isk.
It was a short little tour.
It was a little.
It was tour of the island.
It was a helicopter ride around the island. You know, it was. And a Cobb here, throwing himself right to the corner. He himself a big man. Always dangerous when he throws that weight around. Chops, punches, chops, punches.
That's a lot of taste into the forearm right there.
And Cage, I don't think saw that one coming here. Cobb staying on him. Picks him up onto his shoulders. Drops him. And now what is Cobb doing? And he's doing a standing moonsault. Wow. And that should have been it. Any other man that wasn't Brian Cage, that wasn't that big, that had that much weight and cushioning there, I think that would have been all she wrote there. I mean, Jeff Cobb coming down with you on that kind of weight.
Yeah, when you're moving that much mass with a standing moonsault, as you said, anybody else, we would have seen 1, 2, 3.
Squash like a pancake. Flip him over. He's a griddle cake. And Cobb now just manhandling Cage. Oh, Cage able to get out of it. Lands on his own 2 feet. Ripcord into the forearm from Brian Cage. And Cage threw himself at Cobb. Big kick to Cobb's gut. Cobb rolls to the outside. Cobb barely able to hang on to that second rope, balancing precociously on that ring apron. Wow, Brian Cage again able to get his foot over his own head to kick Cobb right in the side of the temple. Cage now going up to that second rope. He's got Cobb on the ring apron. What's he going to do?
Oh,
is he going to pull him up and over? Absolutely. Wow. Wow!
Look
What?
at the bliss on his face as he did that, though.
What a incredible feat of strength there for Brian Cage, pulling Jeff Cobb over that top rope from the second turnbuckle. Incredible. It's simply incredible here. And Brian Cage, again, he knows that he has to not just win here, he has to defiantly win here. He has to stake his claim. He puts his flag in the ground. Say, I am Warrior Wrestling, not this Brian Pillman Jr. guy. And Cage here now back, grabbing that head of Jeff Cobb. And he's putting him up on his shoulders. And what's he got planned for Cobb here? Cobb with a little wherewithal, able to fall onto his feet. Oh, was not able to stay up as Cage grabbed his leg there. Cage took him down. A big discus punch attempt from Cage. Towards the right fall from Cobb to Cage. An angle slam type maneuver, and Cobb rolls over onto Cage, and that's not enough. You're going to have to be able to hook a leg, lay on top of him, more than just throw an arm over the top of Cage to put this thing away right now. And like I said, the sun has gone down. More than 500 fans here at Marion Catholic for Warrior Wrestling Friday Night Lights. We're streaming live on Fight.tv, courtesy of our good friends over at High Spots. And Cobb now sends Cage into the ropes, and he was going for a sidewalk slam. Cage rolls him over. Very nearly had him for the 3 count. Cage, oh wow!
Wow.
Pulls him with that face buster right there. Kind of a Sister Abigail type maneuver. And
yeah, it was definitely devastating to Jeff Cobb. He's rolled out of frame, but there he is. You could see him struggling to get up. Will he be able to pull himself up as Brian Cage sits in the corner, just getting the fans into every second of this?
And Cage, using the energy of the fans, a big German suplex to Jeff Cobb, and Cobb stood right back up on his feet. He gets behind Cage, German suplex to Cage. He gets right back up on his feet. Cage and Cobb going at each other. Lariat attempt. Moving. They hit each other head on.
Oh, that collision.
That collision right there, that is what 600 pounds of humanity looks like. And the tortured, writhing pain coursing through each man's body right now, having already pushed each other to the extremes. You know, it's one thing for these guys to go in there and work with the Rascals, work with that Alex Zane, you know, guys that are a little bit lighter than them they can throw around. But when you're that big and you got to come in, you got to work with another big guy that you're going to have to use all of your strength. You're going to have to dig down deep to do what you normally do against them. It adds to the difficulty. The difficulty factor goes up higher.
And up and up and up.
Now again, both men barely up to their feet. A shootout at the OK Corral here right now. Cage delivers a big punch. Cobb delivers a big punch. Cage with a huge uppercut. Cobb with a chop. And another one. And now he's having fun. There's a third chop. A spinning kick to the gut from Cage. Kicks him up. Super kick to the face of Jeff Cobb, courtesy of Brian Cage. And a discus attempt. Oh, Cobb with the super kick, showing his flexibility. Another discus lariat attempt. That time he was successful. And what is Sam Adonis doing here? Sam Adonis getting into the way. He's a big boot to Brian Cage. And he's attacking Jeff Cobb, and the referee calling for the bell. Here comes Lance Archer. Lance Archer making his way to the ring, running off Sam Adonis. Earlier, Sam Adonis low-blowed Lance Archer.
He wants a piece of him still.
Once again, and Lance Archer running off.
Whoa. Sam Adonis, earlier tonight, you ruined your match with Lance Archer. And now you come out here and ruin our main event? Well, it looks like to me and everybody here that you want to pick a fight with Lance Archer, with Brian Cage, with Jeff Cobb. If that's what you want, Sam Adonis, then that's what you've got. Because this main event is going to continue as a fatal four-way.
Oh. Wow! Principal Steve!
Just when we thought Friday Night Lights could not get better, here we have it.
And it is now a fatal four-way. Lance Archer and Sam Adonis being added to this bout. And look, these are the top contenders in Warrior Wrestling right now. These are I mean, Sam Adonis, every show. Lance Archer, he has decimated, he's left a trail of bodies behind him. Jeff Cobb, Brian Cage, there's so much potential, so many big names here right now.
Brian Cage has also been on every show, except he had to miss due to injury.
Injury, yeah, absolutely.
But he still came all the way here to be a part of Warrior Wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, we've got now a fatal four-way match as Sam Adonis finds himself surrounded here.
Oh, that's not a position you ever want to be in.
You do not want to be trapped in between Brian Cage and
By the way, now there's Lance Archer.
And Lance Archer sending Adonis in the corner. And, you know, this is a fatal four-way match, but it might be a triple threat here pretty soon if they just completely immobilize and dismember Sam Adonis, which seems to be something all three men are down to do.
Yeah, they're pretty keen.
But it is broken down now. Lance attacking Jeff Cobb. And the two big men of AEW, Lance Archer, managed by Jake the Snake Roberts, Brian Cage, managed by Taz. Two big, heavy hitters sitting in the middle of the ring, and Sam Adonis trying to pull a fast one here, pushing them into each other. A roll-up on Lance Archer, duck dive, and a Hurricane Rana from Brian Cage to Lance Archer. Cage firing back against Adonis, sending him over the top rope to the outside. Here comes a huge crossbody. I mean, a huge crossbody from Lance Archer. And Lance Archer calling for the murder bomb. Is he going to be able to hit it on the FTW champion, former Warrior Wrestling champion? And no. Sam Adonis pulling Lance Archer out of the ring. And Jeff Cobb stalking Adonis. Adonis and Archer down. Brian Cage looks to be building some speed as he shoots over the top rope, cannonball style, to take out all three men.
That's a whole lot of Cage.
And the fans in attendance right now going absolutely wild for what they just saw. And Cage picks up Adonis, a man he has a lot of history with here in Warrior Wrestling. Adonis crawling to the corner, only to be followed up by Cage like a freight train, delivering these huge blows. Sam again thrust across the ring by Cage, who at this time Adonis able to get the foot up, but Cage drops him with a spinning body slam anyway. Lance Archer once again on the attack of Brian Cage. He's got him in the middle of the ring. Is he going to try to hit him with his own? No, Brian Cage. He's the one who gets Lance Archer up here, reverses the situation. Again, another stalling suplex here. Brian Cage did this to Cobb, does it to Archer.
Oh, Sam Adonis, you better watch out.
And Brian Cage again in control. Jeff Cobb makes his way into the ring, and he is trying to German suplex Brian Cage right now. Cage trying to fend off Cobb. Cobb with a huge uppercut to Brian Cage, and now Cobb looking for a slow rolling German suplex, and you can see Lance landed on his wrist right there. It's an easy way to break your wrist, absolutely. Sam Adonis here able to somehow pick up Jeff Cobb, drop with the Death Rally driver, and what is Sam Adonis going to have to do here to try to pick up some energy for himself? Big kick to the face of Brian Cage, and you got Lance Archer there sitting in the wings. Sam Adonis, I think Sam thinks he might be onto something here right now. Everybody's down, he's in control. He's got Lance in the corner.
He's got a false sense of security, though, because they are taking that moment to gather themselves once again, and then you're going to have three very angry,
And Lance picks up as Sam from the corner. Powerbomb from 7 feet up. Down goes Adonis. Archer with a big kick to Cage in the corner. Big kick to Cobb back in the corner. Lance sees guys in both corners. What's Lance going to do? He's going to run around. He's going to throw the full weight of his body into Cage. Into Cobb. Back to Cage. Once more to Cobb. Can he do it again? There it is. Once more. He is leaving a waste trail behind him. And everyone is down.
Everyone just crumples in his wake.
Everybody dies. Oh, but Sam Adonis decides to go toe-to-toe with the Murder Hawk Monster. Big punch to the face, and oh, here we go. Don't think that Lance Archer doesn't know how to go to the top rope. Here he is, tightrope walking, shades of the Undertaker. You see Sam Adonis totally in control here by Lance Archer, who does a huge moonsault. Springboard moonsault, taking out the arm and the body of Sam Adonis. And Archer quickly back to his knees, and I think he smells a potential victory. Now, you got to remember, even though this match was made a fatal four-way, Lance Archer and Sam Adonis have had some time here to recoup from their match earlier in the night. Cage and Cobb have been wrestling here for 20 minutes before these guys came in. And look at Cobb here now, grabbing Lance Archer, another tour of the islands. There we go, and now back to Cobb and Cage here, the men that started this bout. And Cage laying out Cobb with a face plant there. Sam Adonis now trying to get in on Cage, but Cage is not having any of it. Big knee to the chest of Sam, and Cage picking up Sam. I thought he was going for that drill claw. Couldn't get a hold of him. Sam with a bridging suplex, looking for that pinfall on Cage. Cage barely able to kick out.
That was huge for Sam Adonis.
He needed something like that. And you know, Sam is an absolute technician. He knows how to get a hold of a situation when he needs to, and he's doing that just right now. Cage, oh, that was a big knee right underneath the chin of Sam Adonis. Archer with a big boot, laying out Cage. And now we got Cobb with a lariat, another lariat here to Sam, but Sam able to reverse and right into that back plant.
Oh, Jeff Cobb just twitching.
And everybody is down. And the fans in attendance here letting the wrestlers know that they think the work they're doing is awesome.
Yeah, and they are not wrong.
They're not wrong, but look, I don't know that Sam wants to have a "this is awesome" chant. He wants to have a "you're a winner" moment. You know, I don't think he cares if it's a chant. Archer driving Adonis into the corner. Huge overhand chops. Takes him to the top. Very dangerous situation for Adonis. He gets popped in the face. And now we see Lance Archer with that crucifix. Is he going to do that crucifix bomb to Sam Adonis? Yes, he is. Archer looking for the pinfall. Cage jumps in. Cobb was looking to get in on it as well if Cage wouldn't have been there. Cage and Cobb once again squaring off. Oh, the tour of the islands from Jeff Cobb and Archer this time. Attacking Cobb. Big sidewalk slam from Lance Archer to Cobb. And Cobb is down.
Yeah, Lance Archer is just amped and ready to go.
And Archer now.
Oh, look
fueled.
At Sam Adonis, though, stalking Archer.
Yeah, he is down there on his hands and knees, and Archer pushing him away. Doesn't seem to be taking Sam as a threat very seriously.
Oh.
Sam once again going for that low blow, and Archer saw it coming this time, cut him off. He hit the low blow.
Trading the blows of his own.
It's a fatal four-way match. The rules are loose here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another good shot to the gut here from Archer to Cage. Cage shoots Archer outside. Big Pele kick there from Brian Cage, sending Archer to the ground. And Cage here looking to pick up Sam Adonis. Adonis goes up. Drill claw goes down. Brian Cage, can he pick up the win? And there it is! Brian Cage, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's stop talking about it and let's be about it, Will Ospreay! Stop talking about it! Let's finally, for the first time ever, do this, you, me! Will Ospreay versus Blake Christian for the...
Had a chance to talk to Anthony Henry earlier on today, the Augusta native. Said he couldn't wait to get here in front of the crowd in South Bend. And knows that he's going to have a tough task ahead against Filthy Tom Lawler for a number of reasons.
Oh, yeah. Well, Filthy Tom Lawler, one of the best grapplers in the world. Former UFC competitor. And don't forget, he had to have surgery right there on his arm, and he has a steel plate there that can be thrown at any given moment. A lot of people don't realize that. Tom Lawler got a big piece of metal there in his arm.
Anthony Henry spent some time in the WWE system. Had a chance to talk to Anthony about that. He said, oh, you know, in a lot of ways it was just a cup of coffee, but you pick up a lot when you're around that environment, some good, some bad. Certainly a great learning experience, and I know Anthony appreciated that. The Augusta, Georgia native, in many ways, said he still feels like he needs to prove himself, though.
From the fight capital of the world, Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, Filthy Tom Lawler.
Anthony Henry recently made an AEW Dark appearance, a matchup against Eddie Kingston. Kingston, of course, one of the hottest names in wrestling right now, and another guy who's slowly coming to a boil. Not that he hasn't had success, but Filthy Tom Lawler, the current New Japan Strong Openweight champion, still in a lot of ways flies under the radar, and I think that works to his advantage.
Well, the thing about Tom Lawler is Tom Lawler works at Tom Lawler's pace, right? Tom Lawler's a made man. He found success outside of pro wrestling. He does pro wrestling because he loves it. He doesn't do it because he needs the payday. So why go to Stanford? Why go down to Florida? Why have a headache like that where you got to deal with these big companies and big promotions? I think Tom Lawler's found a lane that he likes, and he's sticking with it, and he's damn good at it, that's for sure.
He has to wear those cutoffs.
Well, he takes the cutoffs off
to reveal almost another pair of cutoffs.
It's a spandex jean short cutoffs that.
I understand he had those specially made.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That is custom ring gear. Look at those tassels on his boots. That's new.
Well, you know, he's a showman, as is Filthy Tom, right? Yeah, a lot of people may have remembered Anthony Henry as Asher Hale briefly in WWE. Also was a product of the Evolve system. Of course, Evolve, he was a tag champion there with J.D. Drake.
Spent a lot of time in PWX as well.
And of
course, North Carolina area.
Yep, and of course the freelance wrestling here in Chicago. Former tag champion there as well. So held a lot of tag gold in his career. Hasn't really put on too many singles championships.
Filthy Tom, a former Major League Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion.
That's true.
Former Opera Cup winner as well. And now trying to roll Henry up.
And look at, I told you we were going to see something more mat-based here than we've seen all night long. And just like that, with Anthony Henry's got his leg wrapped around the throat of Tom Lawler. Tom getting to the ropes, and the referee making sure that these two cars get pulled apart after the collision.
Hashtag Warrior18. If you're on social media watching this one, let us know what you think. You got any questions, comments, complaints perhaps? Let us know.
Yeah, anything comes up, just let us know over on Twitter. We always appreciate your feedback. And Filthy Tom Lawler here having to back away from Anthony Henry, who this time was the one to get to the ropes. And if this was UFC, Tom would have just been allowed to stay on him, right?
Yeah, yep.
There is no rope break inside the octagon. And Anthony Henry here trying to hang with Filthy Tom. And I love the way he's just peeling back each of those finger digits right there. Trying to apply just that added pressure. Ripping back on the nose right now. Oh, man, tough to get your arms around the head of Tom Lawler. Got them overly cauliflowered ears.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like all cartilage.
Yeah.
So you try to lock in a headlock or...
You'll slide right through.
Yeah, that's right. Now Filthy Tom trying to tie up the arm, and Henry very wisely gets to the ropes to break the hold, had that arm key lock in.
You know, Tom Lawler, part of one of my favorite feuds from 2020 into 2021. Of course, him and the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
A lot of fun between Team Filthy and the Von Erichs. Very unfortunate the Von Erichs were not able to be in Dallas last night, Rich.
Yeah, they were scheduled to take on 5150. Hold on here, Henry. Lateral press, and Lawler gets the shoulder up. 5150, the current MLW Tag Team Champions, Ross and Marshall Von Erich were, boy, they were so disappointed that they weren't able to compete in front of the Dallas crowd, which always a great showing for the Von Erichs. They still love them there. But Ross and Marshall not medically cleared due to COVID-19. They're hoping to be back in a couple of months when MLW returns to the Dallas area. Probably be back before then.
And a little show of respect here, by the way, between Henry and Lawler. These two men feeling each other out all over this ring right now. And another attempt to lock up. But look, you know, again, the way these guys are just manipulating each other, moving around each other.
You know, Filthy Tom Lawler a couple of years ago, oh, hold on here. Tom with the knee bar in, cranking the ankle. But wow, Anthony Henry does exactly the same. Back and forth they go, it's almost like a seesaw.
A very, very painful seesaw.
Lawler, oh, figure four, modified figure four. Look at the way that he's got that locked in, cranking back with the arm. Oh,
Tom Lawler.
Oh, man.
I think he pissed off Tom with that
I think
shot.
he did too, yeah. Lawler and Anthony, well, Lawler says enough of that, cranks it in, but Henry trying to roll through, is able to get to the ropes.
It's like watching two snakes fight, you know?
Down to the floor they go. You know, I was just about to mention, though, you said the Von Erichs, a few years ago in Dallas, Filthy Tom actually grabbed the Texas flag.
I was there for that.
Wiped his underside with it, threw it in a trash can. If you didn't think that that almost caused a riot in Dallas, good Lord.
I was there, Rich. It was quite a scene. Watched a gentleman chuck the entire trash can back into the ring at Tom Lawler.
Sure did. But, you know, if you're maybe seeing Tom for the first time and you say, well, what makes him so filthy? Stuff like that is what makes him filthy.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He'll do anything to get under your skin, pick up the win.
Oh, man, you hear that thud?
It did. It was like a baseball bat to the chest.
Lawler fighting back, though.
Oh, and more big overhand chops here from Anthony Henry, and some of those karate kicks.
Big uppercut there, and Lawler now draped right across the apron. Referee out there trying to separate the two and get him back in the ring. Tom, a little glassy-eyed there, huh?
Yeah, Tom, Tom has really been taking a beating here tonight from Anthony Henry. Just some really big hits there. But look at the chest of Anthony Henry. Yeah. I think one of the chops from Tom Lawler
split him open.
Split the guy's chest open.
Sure did.
Right down the middle. I don't think I've ever seen that.
You think about the velocity, sometimes you wonder, oh, you know, what former UFC fighter, what does that really mean? I think that shows pretty well right there is how they're just duking it out.
I mean, I've seen guys' chests get, you know, bruised up into hamburger meat, but I've never seen anybody get busted open because of a chop.
Referee being very, very lenient with the count.
Yeah, well, the wrestlers just politely asked the referee to stop counting. I think these two would rather have their fight on the outside.
Referee's at 6. Probably could have counted to, I don't know, 50. Up to 7 now. But again, you know, whenever possible, the discretion left with the official. If he thinks that he can get them back in the ring, Lawler looking to dive instead. A running knee topples Henry as he tried to get back in the ring. But
I think the ref did the right thing. If these guys want to go, let them go.
That's exactly the point. The instructions, if you think you can get them to, if you think that eventually the decision will happen inside the ring, give them a little bit of leeway. Ugh. Tom will take advantage of that all day, too. We're really buzzing along tonight. It has been an electric crowd. It has been extremely high energy here tonight in South Bend, Indiana.
We only got 2 more matches left to go after this,
yeah,
Rich.
Hard to believe.
Where did the night go?
They're just zipping along. And now Henry zipping along and a big kick right into the back. Oh.
And just look how chiseled the physique of Anthony Henry is. I mean, Filthy Tom is, you know, filthy by his own standards, right? Anthony Henry looks like he could have a little bit of a modeling career or something.
You think so, with that green hair?
No, sure. It's very hip right now.
Yeah.
Very in.
Henry clearing out the front row. Uh-oh. Oh, no!
Breaking one of these beautiful Bendix Arena chairs, throwing all of their weight into it. Reckless disregard for the facilities.
Oh, no. He wants to do it again. Well, Warriors not getting the security deposit back, I'll tell you that.
No, that is for sure. And Anthony Henry, I think he's going to get even more momentum.
No, he might.
Let's break the chair. Let's break the chair.
Let's not break the chair.
Break the chair. Let's break the chair.
Anthony Henry full speed
right
ahead.
Through. Boom! Oh, I think he broke 2 chairs on that one.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Oh.
Well, either somebody's not getting paid or the security deposit's not coming back, or perhaps both.
I think it's you. I think you're going to short you. I think
that envelope will be a little thin later tonight.
Yes.
Sure will.
And Filthy Tom Lawler, you know, when you sit, it's like he's in a movie theater seat, right? It's like a 3D movie, only it goes out and it hits you physically.
Kind of like when, you know, when they do the water comes out in a 3D movie. Oh, hey,
yes.
right, the bubbles come through the air.
Totally, only the bubbles hit you.
Henry with the missile drop kick off the top. I'm thinking of the, what is that, the Muppet ride at Disney?
Yes.
And something comes out, there's water. Or...
That's a 4D experience.
Okay, yes, right.
Different.
I get your point, though. That's, wow.
Right off the top there with Henry.
Yeah. And Lawler able to kick out.
Oh, and a nice transition here. And
cross-facing. Look at we'll get a shot from the other side there. Yeah. Look at the way that Henry has the arm trapped with the legs.
Yeah, and Lawler here using the one free arm he's got to desperately try to grab at what he hopes are rope, because again, he can't see because Anthony Henry has got his fists or his hands wrapped over the eyes of Tom, but Tom manages to get out and into the ankle lock.
Cranking it in. Henry trying to get towards the ropes. Rolls through and now in an ankle lock. Tom's the one in trouble now. We knew this would be a back and forth grappling battle, Nick. I mean, you called that right at the outset.
Yeah, this is the Ken Shamrock Classic right here.
Lawler looking for the cross arm breaker.
And the years that Tom Lawler has spent in the gym practicing, allowing himself to be hit, tied up in knots, all of that comes into play here. And a nice, tight grip as Lawler got on Henry.
Trying to get the rear naked choke locked in. Now Henry with the sleeper, and Lawler, oh yeah, right on the carotid artery.
And rolls back through. And we are getting a real tit for tat here.
Lawler almost made that, oh, look, effortless, and from a sleeper. It's like a sleeper German suplex. Fans here really enjoying this one, Nick, and I don't blame them. This has been tremendous.
Oh yeah, every match tonight has just been fantastic, Rich. And these wrestlers need to get back to listening to that referee. I know they were playing a little fast and loose with the rules outside of the ring, but they got to get to their feet right now if either one wants to pick up a victory, and Tom Lawler, the first man to do so. And right across the pate of Anthony Henry, Tom Lawler just laying him in.
Henry going after the quads, but caught, and Lawler ramming Henry into the buckle, up on his shoulder. Spine buster. Can Lawler roll into the cover? Slowly he does, hooks the leg. Is that enough? The matchup will continue. Lawler again with the rear naked choke. Henry reaching out for the ropes. Lawler able to break his grip on the top rope, and now what's he got in mind? Pump handle package driver perhaps, but Henry counters that.
Oh, and a nice stiff kick right across the side of the head of Tom Lawler. And Anthony Henry here picking up Tom.
Lawler right back into the rear naked choke.
And a nice judo flip there over the shoulder from Anthony Henry.
Lawler gets the leg up. And oh, has Henry tied up.
The flexing! I love the flexing!
Oh, come on, enough of that.
The braggadociousness of filthy Tom Lawler!
That would be right up your alley, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's so badass. He looks so cool.
Lawler from the second rope. Kamengiri connects.
And you do not want to be on that top rope and out of it right there, Rich.
Lawler seeing stars as now Henry very quickly to the top. Gets his balance, setting up the momentum, and now, oh! Superplex!
And both those bodies crashing into that mat. That is a lot of weight right there. That is a lot of mass. And again, the electricity in this arena breathing through. I'm hoping to this live broadcast right now, it's really an experience to be in this arena here tonight for Warrior Wrestling 18. And once again, these two warriors going toe-to-toe right in the middle of the ring.
Still to come, mixed tag team action on the way. Sky Blue and Dante Martin teaming up against Isaias Velasquez and Kylie Ray. And then our main event, Brian Cage challenging Will Ospreay for the Warrior Championship. But this, we talk about battles of attrition. Who wants it a little bit more?
This is a war of attrition. You're absolutely right. I think these guys are holding each other up right now after the battering and bludgeoning they just gave one another. Ooh, wow, right to the gut. That'll take the wind out of you.
Oh!
And it looks like Anthony Henry got the better of the...
Well, did he?
Well, I mean, Tom Lawler fell straight down. Anthony Henry seemed to be able to try to fall back. It looked like he was going to try to maybe catch the ropes. Look, both these men took a hard fall here, that's for sure.
I'm not sure if they didn't knock noggins. I think they were both going for forearms, and it looked like their heads collided.
You know, when you're both going for discus-type maneuvers there at the same time, it's hard to see where each other are at the same time. Really adds an element of danger to the whole situation.
Referee at 7, the crowd just a step ahead. Up to 9, Lawler's to his feet, and oh, Henry. Oh, all right. Well, wait a minute. Oh my God, the referee called for the bell.
And the count is what, finally, in the end? Counted, wow.
I was just about to say, you know what? Henry tried to pull himself up and his hand slipped off the rope.
Filthy Tom Lawler.
I gotta hand it to the official for having the gumption to make that call. Henry was not able to continue.
No.
The rules.
That is
and
the
Henry
rules.
was not up by 10.
Wow, that is really something. We've definitely never seen that in the history of Warrior Wrestling so far, that is for sure. Well, Filthy Tom Lawler here picks up a big victory tonight at Warrior Wrestling over Anthony Henry. A very game Anthony Henry here tonight. And it looks like Filthy Tom's going to extend the olive branch here to Henry. Let's see if he takes it or not. We've had a lot of great moments, feel-good moments here tonight. Is this going to be another one, Rich?
Filthy Tom Lawler picking up the win here tonight.
And
by
another
TKO, and now kind of dancing around with his. But you think we've seen the last of the rivalry between these two? They're getting along right now, but
you know,
Let's stop talking about it and let's be about it, Will Ospreay! Stop talking about it! Let's finally, for the first time ever, do this! You, me! Will Ospreay versus Blake Christian for the
for a Jade who just tore it up at War Games, but he is no longer with NXT. He is off the leash. He is unchained. He is back out doing what he's best known for, which is putting on incredible wrestling matches, whether it's GCW, Warrior Wrestling, or beyond. We're thrilled to have Blake Christian here tonight in this epic triple threat match that we've got for the Warrior Wrestling Championship here tonight.
Nick, I'm told it's a capacity crowd here tonight. They had to add some extra rows of seats. Estimating 550 plus in attendance here tonight.
And I want to make sure that we point out that as great as that is to have capacity, all precautions COVID related are being taken care of here tonight.
Almost 2 years to the day since we last saw Will Ospreay in action here at Warrior Wrestling.
Yeah, of course, as we've mentioned before, it was Team Chaos taking on the Rascals almost 2 years ago today, Rich.
Look at all the gold that he's carrying to the ring.
Well, you know, many people would consider Will Ospreay to be the best pro wrestler on the face of the planet. A little discrepancy right now around that IWGP Heavyweight Championship, but it looks like everything's going to find a way to sort itself out as Will Ospreay set to take on the champion, I believe, on night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom. Solidifying who is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. It's been quite a rocky road here for a while, especially with all the travel restrictions and such going on with New Japan at the moment. All the various COVID waves have gone over onto Japan as well. You see some Rev Pro gold. You see, of course, that IWGP Heavyweight Championship right there. Beautiful green robe that he's wearing right now.
That's some elaborate stuff. And as he said, getting set for that big matchup in Tokyo. Inside the Tokyo Dome Wrestle Kingdom. So 2 of the 3 competitors have made their way to the ring. We await the Warrior Wrestling Champion. Trey Miguel makes his way down to ringside, and you know, as many times as we've talked about it, you see the championship journey.
Oh yeah, you know,
for Trey Miguel, that big win over Jonathan Gresham last time, but you know, you go back to when Trey won that title.
Very emotional night as Brian Pillman Jr.'s reign came to an end, and Trey Miguel's reign started up. Fans crowding the middle of the field as we were outside at Marian Catholic High School's football stadium for the Stadium Series. And he has been an absolute warrior of a champion.
443 days now as Warrior Champion.
Wow, time flies here. Yeah, and you know, to go back to what we were saying before, Will Ospreay, Trey Miguel, they have shared this ring before here at Warrior in the past. We'll get to that in just a moment, Rich.
From Jackson, Tennessee, welcome back, All Heart Blake Christian. Your second challenger hails from Essex, England, representing the United Empire. He is the British Heavyweight Champion. as well as your Warrior Wrestling Champion, the Fresh Prince of Mid-Air, Trey Miguel.
Tons of gold in the ring there tonight, Nick.
Yes, there is a lot of it. IWGP, Rev Pro, Warrior Wrestling, the X Division Championship. So much represented. And look at Blake Christian there in the corner. No gold to speak of, just long red locks of hair there.
The Warrior Wrestling Championship is the belt that will be defended here in this triple threat matchup. First pinfall, first submission determines the winner. Will Ospreay carrying 3 belts with him to the ring. I think he'd like to add that extra 15 pounds in his suitcase.
I think so, and here we go.
Ospreay starts things off with a drop kick and immediately goes after the champion, Trey Miguel.
And look how much bigger Will Ospreay has gotten. You know, always known as a flyer. He looked a lot like Blake Christian until just a couple years ago, decided to really bulk up.
Ospreay missed with a kick. Christian able to take advantage. Ospreay shoots him into the ropes. Shoulder tackle. Wow, yeah. Ospreay really has put on some size, huh?
Yeah, he's got a Hogan type physique these days.
Cover. Christian ducks under. Head scissors. Ospreay able to get out of that with the handstand, I should say.
Everybody here doing their best Gumpy impression. They're all made of rubber.
Everybody on the same page, thinking the same thing. And again, Ospreay turns his attention to Miguel, who then clotheslines Ospreay over the top to the outside.
And Miguel one step ahead here as he got himself caught up in the ropes intentionally to avert Blake Christian.
And threaded himself right through. Drop kick connects, and Christian into the corner. Little look over his shoulder. Miguel quickly ahead with the elbow.
Well, ring awareness is going to be a big part of this match, Rich.
Monkey flip out of the corner.
Oh, and he stayed in control of the grip there with Christian.
Double stomp.
But where's Will Ospreay, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Like you can be on top of Blake Christian all you like here and be in control, but you got to keep your eye outside the ring too here in this moment.
Man, that was a big thud of a chop. Not a dud, a thud. Oh, and there's Ospreay.
Yeah, just like that, grabbing the ankles of Trey Miguel, tearing him to the outside.
Blake Christian slingshots himself down to the floor.
Able to land on his feet. That's a 10-foot drop there.
Ospreay up over the guardrail.
And a couple fans having to get out of the way here because Will Ospreay, he's making his presence known.
Takes out the champion. And now turns his attention towards Blake Christian. Uh-oh, electric chair off the guardrail. Oh, into the ring post.
And look at that, how unique Will Ospreay knocking, woo, Blake Christian head first to the ring post, but Blake Christian doing the same and off that second turnbuckle to the outside. Beautiful moonsault.
Blake Christian from that electric chair position was able to scissor his legs and send Ospreay head first into the buckle, just as Ospreay was trying to bounce Christian, not the buckle, the ring post, I should say.
And Blake Christian with a big stomp right to the chest of Will Ospreay.
Big uppercut. And you see Christian looking around like, where's Trey Miguel?
And that's smart. Again, ring awareness can be a big part of this main event here. As Blake Christian goes for a pinfall, doesn't quite get it, goes for another.
Gets a 2 count off the splash.
Can you imagine a Blake Christian pinning a Will Ospreay here in the main event?
Oh man, that would send shockwaves through wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this guy is got to be considered the underdog in this situation. And right now going head-to-head with Ospreay, not even worried about it.
Now, Ospreay very vocal, too. You could hear him trash-talking Blake Christian there momentarily.
And I don't want to overlook the time Blake spent in WWE, right? It wasn't a long time, but it was some time, and he got to work with some of the brightest minds in pro wrestling. Triple H, Shawn Michaels. The list goes on and on.
And just kind of being around some of those folks by osmosis, you pick a lot of stuff up.
You know, you go in.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow, nasty fall there.
Ospreay slingshot to the outside, wipes out Trey Miguel.
And big elevation, too. He was nice and high in the air there, 14, 15 feet before he came down across the body of Trey Miguel. Now let's go back 2 years, Rich. You got Chaos, you got the Rascals. Who comes out on top? Chaos, right? That guy right there, Will Ospreay.
It was a six-man tag match. Amazing Red and Chaos. Oh, man.
Rock bottom right across that guardrail on the outside. That's got to hurt.
And you go back those 2 years ago, Trey Miguel, part of the Rascals at that point. Is now Blake Christian sent into the guardrail, and of course the remaining Rascals still making a name for themselves in WWE.
Yeah, MSK tearing it up. They just got paired up with Matt Riddle, their shaman. But at the moment, it's Blake Christian's chest that got teamed up with Will Ospreay's chop right there. And Ospreay pantomiming eating an apple and throwing it at Blake Christian.
Yeah.
Interesting. Shades of Carlito, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
I guess he doesn't think Blake Christian is cool.
Yeah, do you think that's what that was symbolic of?
Nah, possibly. I have no idea. I don't get the apple thing, but you know.
Sure. Well, Ospreay with an elbow right to the base of the skull.
And look at Christian just collapsed there. His whole body gave out from underneath him. And Will Ospreay just kind of jaw-jacking and flippantly kicking Blake Christian around.
Head first into the buckle. And Blake Christian trying to get his wits about him. The Warrior Wrestling title on the line in this matchup. Oh, what a back elbow. The champion, Trey Miguel, we haven't seen him since he got clocked on the outside by Ospreay.
No, we have not. Trey Miguel's mysteriously absent from this bout right now, and he could lose this championship right now if he's not in the ring. This is a very bad time for him to not be involved. And Blake Christian firing back with some forearms, elbows to the side of the head.
Oh, what a chop right to the throat, too.
It's like watching somebody pick up a ball bat and beat somebody across the chest with it.
Ospreay pulling. Oh, Christian back up and another heavy chop.
Chopped right through him.
Here's Miguel, who gets elbowed off the apron down to the floor.
And you come, out you go. That's how it's been for Trey Miguel so far this bout. And Blake Christian
trying to roll up Ospreay for the title and out at 2.
Wow, so close there for Blake.
Christian out at 2 that time.
And Will Ospreay certainly not wanting to go back to Japan or New Japan Pro Wrestling in general, wherever they may be. Having suffered a loss here tonight at Warrior Wrestling.
More taunting from Ospreay. Christian answers back. Oh, wow! My God!
Just leveled him. Just like a weapon of mass destruction.
Oh, my!
And Ospreay here looking to the corner, and he plants Blake Christian right up on top there, and decides to little pop him right in the side of the face just for fun.
Climbing at the top.
And yeah, Christian doing his best here to try to keep Ospreay away.
Now he's able to thread his way out. Ospreay chin first into the turnbuckle. And here comes Trey Miguel.
And Trey Miguel sneaking up here, getting behind Blake Christian. But Christian one step ahead, flipping Miguel over the top rope to the apron. Miguel here trying to scare away Ospreay, it looks like.
I think he caught him with a sliding drop kick. Miguel looked like he was going for sliced bread off the ropes, lost his footing.
Oh, and again, Will Ospreay trying to get involved. Trey Miguel able to just kind of kick him off to the outside. Grabs Blake Christian by the back of the head. Now he's put himself in the electric chair position. And he is choking Blake.
Oh, wow. Did you see Miguel? Oh, look at that.
And he's using Will Ospreay Ospreay has leverage to choke Blake Christian. Where's his referee with the 5 count?
Oh, Miguel with the flying head scissors able to take out Ospreay. I don't know if you caught that little move there when Ospreay tried to swing at Trey Miguel's head. Trey lifted his head up. Here comes Blake Christian over the top.
Oh, and Blake Christian.
Oh!
Double reverse DDT on the outside, taking out both Will Ospreay and Trey Miguel, and Blake Christian.
He's got the crowd behind him, and look at his chest.
Yeah,
Blake Christian's chest is just busted open.
Yeah, bloodied and leathered from those big hits that Will Ospreay dished out earlier.
Christian from behind.
And
Lion Salt, cover, leg hook for the title. Oh, so close.
And Christian here, he's just turning as red as his hair right now.
Yeah, he sure is.
And yeah, you are absolutely right. That's like a divot on the left part of his chest there. That is just from palm strikes from Will Ospreay. Give you an idea of how brutal this match has already been.
Ospreay really putting a lot behind those chops too. There was one chop in particular. He looked like he was winding up to throw a fastball. Oh man!
Woo, Matrix style. Will Ospreay running up him like he's a wall.
The intensity on the face of Will Ospreay.
And Will Ospreay.
Springboard looking for the cutter.
Blake Christian turns it around.
Wow!
And a stunner from Ospreay.
Shooting star press, cover!
And Trey Miguel with a desperation breakup there of the pin attempt. And you see Blake Christian roll into the apron, giving Trey and Will the center of the ring.
Ooh.
More big chops from Will Ospreay.
Ospreay looking for the German suplex. Miguel able to kick his way out of that predicament. And Zagiri. And now into the corner. Ospreay set up on the top, but connects with a forearm, and now another, and now another. Miguel crumbles down to the canvas, but Johnny on the spot is Blake Christian, but Ospreay able to fight him off as well.
And now Ospreay up top. The other two men get to their feet in the middle of the ring.
Uh-oh.
All three on the second turnbuckle now.
Ospreay trying to fight off two men. What is Christian doing?
And Will Ospreay all the way up top, both men hunched over.
Oh, sends them both flying, but both able to land on their feet. And Ospreay looks shocked.
Yeah, it looks like he's seen a ghost. Look at that. Double super kick in tandem there from Christian and Trey, taking down Ospreay. And now Trey Miguel chopping him up like a piece of wood.
Missed with the double stomp. Christian with a high knee. Ospreay with a handspring kick. Trey Miguel now.
And
whoa,
look at
wow.
Ospreay float through.
Was looking for a power bomb. STO blocked. Oh!
And Trey Miguel a lot to prove here right now. You know, even though he is the Warrior champion, I think there's a lot of doubt in minds here that he can actually pull out a victory over Will Ospreay tonight, Rich.
Yeah, I think so.
Tough to be the champion and go in feeling like an underdog, and now a sharpshooter.
Able to turn Ospreay over? No.
Nope.
What's he gonna mind? More of an Indian death lock?
Yep.
And looking for the Muda lock.
And he looks to have locked it in here.
Oh, here comes Christian off the top.
Beautiful 450 breaking up the submission attempt. Taking out both men, but also looks like he did a little damage to himself as he's hunched over, clutching his ribs and his abdomen right now.
The Warrior Wrestling title is on the line. It is Trey Miguel in the gold and black, who's the defending champion. Will Ospreay in the multicolored tights, and Blake Christian in the black and silver. Both of them.
Champion wears gold, you know?
Yeah. First pinfall or submission determines the winner.
And it's been a great night of action here. All the other titles we've seen retained. Thunder Rosa retaining against Mercedes Martinez. Aramis defending in our opening bout here tonight over Flamita. We did see our medallions contender, Casey Navarro, actually lose to Rocky Romero. That was a bit of an upset here earlier tonight.
Well, who's to say that Casey Navarro doesn't scurry his way out when this match is over and done with and cash that in?
Hey, I'm not counting anything out here, Rich. It's entirely possible. It is certainly possible.
Will Ospreay sends both men off the top. And hold on, Ospreay, cover! Oh, wow!
And Ospreay very nearly taking that Warrior Wrestling Championship off of Trey Miguel without ever having to actually pin or submit Trey Miguel.
Ospreay getting the crowd behind him. Has Blake Christian tied up. Oh, man!
And look at the psychotic face of Will Ospreay here.
Christian crumbled right over, but here's Miguel from behind.
Getting the attention of Ospreay, and that was maybe a bad idea as he just got hit with a discus forearm.
Here comes Ospreay, missed. Christian with the counter.
Man, a nice half Nelson suplex there. And Blake Christian biting the back of Ospreay, getting him up onto his knees.
Oh!
And a snap Northern Lights suplex there, it looked like, from Trey Miguel into
Hold
a
on,
pin.
Ospreay covers him up. No, not enough.
Very nearly the whole kit and caboodle there. Woo! And Trey Miguel just out of position there as he got knocked right in the face by Ospreay.
Ospreay with a sit-out power bomb. Oh, wow, I thought that was it.
That was by a hair's length that Trey Miguel was able to get out of that pinfall attempt.
But now Ospreay going up top.
And the big man, the biggest man in this match, heading up top right now.
The champion flat on his back.
The former gymnast, what does he have in mind?
Will Ospreay off the top.
Picture perfect.
Blake Christian there to break it up.
And this is Blake Christian's chance. Let's be real here. Blake Christian might walk out of this main event here tonight beating Trey Miguel and Will Ospreay and becoming the Warrior Wrestling Champion. That is insane to think about, Rich. And now Christian and Ospreay head to head. As Ospreay throws a big punch against the side of Christian's head, and Christian responding in kind. Looks like Ospreay may have felt a filling come loose or something like that.
Thought he might have taken out his mouth guard.
Could have been that. Definitely fiddling with his teeth. And another big punch here. And if I'm Blake Christian, I don't know that I want to get into a punching battle with Will Ospreay.
Oh, hell no.
I think if I'm Blake, I try to get back to out-maneuvering this guy.
Oh, man. Ospreay is really laying them in.
And maybe this is Blake trying to wear down Will, have him punch himself out. I mean, that's the only logic I can think of in this situation.
Christian able to block. Oh! Bulldog from in close.
And just right face first into that mat.
Spanish fly. Ospreay cover, leg hook for the title, though.
Blake Christian lives to fight another day.
Here comes Ospreay,
Looking for
springboard.
that cutter, and he nails it. We got a new champion, Rich. We got a new champion.
Ospreay with the leg hooked. No!
Oh my God! And a kick out from Blake Christian there. And the referee checking in on Blake. Thank goodness, making sure the kid's all right.
Now where is Trey Miguel?
That is a very good question. Where is Trey Miguel? I don't think Will Ospreay's going to wait. I don't think he cares where Trey Miguel's at.
Ospreay sensing victory. Blake Christian wobbly on his feet. Ragdoll. Whoa!
And over the top goes Will Ospreay to the outside.
Miguel low-bridged him, but Ospreay with, tried to get him up with the fireman's carry. Double super kick takes care of Christian. Now a kick planted on Miguel. Ospreay looking for a cutter.
And he was trying to hit that cutter on the ring apron. Look at Blake Christian here.
Off the top.
450 over a draping Will Ospreay.
Here's Miguel with the Meteora.
And this may be
elbow to break up that pin.
Like a train off the tracks, he just railroaded poor Trey Miguel. Another big
cover for the title.
Got it! We have a new Warrior Wrestling champion. Will Ospreay is your Warrior Wrestling champion.
Wow.
And look at that. Will Ospreay has the title right there, middle of the ring. Waiting on the official announcement right now, Rich.
There's a There was almost a sense of disbelief from the 600 fans here tonight. 600 plus capacity crowd in Chicago. Will Ospreay adding another belt to his collection. You could hear there was almost a sense of disbelief, almost a, oh my God, a sense of shock and amazement. Will Ospreay, the winner of this triple threat match.
And I think it's safe to say the newest belt collector in professional wrestling. Look at that gold right there. Will Ospreay, the top dog in Warrior Wrestling. Valiant effort there by Blake Christian, and what a moment for Trey Miguel as his more than 430-day Warrior Wrestling title reign comes to an end. And of course, Rich, we're heading to South Bend, Indiana on January 22nd.
Excited to see when Will Ospreay will defend that Warrior title. Will it happen?
Well, Principal Steven said 22nd, South Bend, Indiana. That's when we're going to see the title get defended. One would think Will Ospreay's making his way to Indiana, Rich.
Gotta be.
Raven Styles sitting in the corner, taking it all in, mean mugging. I don't know if this guy's ever happy, but he should be right now. More gold around his waist. Look at him stacking it up right there.
The look on Trey Miguel's face said an awful lot.
Well, what a night of action it was, Rich. Truly the greatest Warrior Wrestling card I think we may have ever done. Huge action.
See if we get another look at Trey Miguel. I mean, the look on his face is just one of utter shock. Utter disappointment. There's the former champion.
And I mean, just gutted, Rich. He's gone through so much with this title reign.
welcome back to the independents, and I'm sure this is going to be the last time we meet. But you, damn sure, better get your right together, because if you take that back, you're going to need to fight hard, Trey. Warrior Wrestling, you better pay me a little bit extra because I'm taking your championship and I'm walking it down the ramp of the Tokyo Dome. In the main event of the Wrestle Kingdom, whether it's Shingo Takagi or Kazuchika Okada, there will be only one IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and his name is Will Ospreay. See you soon, Warrior Wrestling. I'll be back.
Wow. Well, Nick, you heard it right there. Will Ospreay. Saying he's going to carry that Warrior Championship belt down the runway inside the Tokyo Dome at Wrestle Kingdom. Will Ospreay surprising everybody here tonight. Trey Miguel extending the handshake. Ospreay, nice that he's gracious in victory, huh?
Yeah, it seems like he had something to say to Trey rather than accept the handshake there. I would have loved to have known what was just said between those two men. But no handshakes here tonight. Will Ospreay picks up his gold, rolls out of the ring, and heads on out. And yes, it will be a very prestigious night at Wrestle Kingdom for that Warrior Wrestling Championship, as it is walked down the New Japan ramp.
Let's stop talking about it and let's be about it, Will Ospreay!